The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
In Q4 last year, we did increase our dividend by 20%, including special dividends up to 12 cents US per share. That represents a current yield of over 8%. And then, as I discussed, we've significantly expanded our inventory of growth opportunities, both in Brazil and now in Canada. So although we had a fantastic year in 2025, we're really excited about 2026.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Corey Rattan. He is the CEO of Alvopetro Energy. And Corey, it's great to see you again. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
So the company out with your basic numbers for 2025 and really a look ahead to what's going to happen in 2026. And Corey, it really jumps off the page, 79% expanding in reserves. That's a pretty really good goal that you've hit here. So tell me a little bit about what went well last year.
Yeah, no, we had a really strong year last year. It really was a breakout year for Alvopetro. I think we were able to significantly increase our productive capacity last year off the strength of some of the results from our 100% owned Murucututu project in northeast Brazil, mostly off the success of the 183D4 well that we brought on production in August. So all that culminated in average production in 2025 was up 41% year over year to over 2,500 barrels of oil equivalent per day. And then we exited 2025 with a record quarter production for Alvopetro up to nearly 2,900 barrels of oil equivalent per day. And then to start off 2026 here, we posted another record month of production in January, up to 3,100 barrels of oil equivalent per day. So 2026 is off to a pretty strong start as well, up 8% from that Q4 number and up another 23% over that 2025 average number.
So Corey, you operate in Brazil, but also in Canada. But let's talk Brazil first, because that's where obviously the a bulk of things is happening. So in 2026, you plan to expand that as well. There's lots of stuff going on there to really boost on those numbers.
Yeah, no, I can touch on both those. And the other thing we announced yesterday was our year-end reserves. So that was really the culmination of all those successes that we had in 2025. We delivered some pretty significant year-over-year reserve growth as well, even if you consider that we had produced nearly 1 million barrels of oil equivalent of production last year. Our 1P reserves increased 79% to over 8 million barrels of oil equivalent. That represented a 1P production replacement ratio of 485%. Our 2P reserves increased 43% to over 13 million barrels of oil equivalent, and that represented a 2P production replacement ratio of 530%. And all that together, helped us grow our NPVs, or net asset values, as well. So on a 1P basis, they're up 38%. And on a 2P basis, we've increased that value by 20% to nearly $400 million US. Now. So pretty exciting. And that really sets the stage for the 2026 capital plan that we've got, which, like I said, is focused on Brazil and Canada. So in Brazil, really following up on those Murucututu successes, this is a 100% asset. We've had much better than anticipated results there. So our 2026 plan is focused on expanding the related field production facilities and pipeline takeaway capacity so that we can accommodate the growing production from that field. So as those facilities projects get completed through the year, we'll then look to ramp up our development drilling program there and unlock the full value of that asset, with lots of growth potential there. And then the other thing we did last year is we did add a Canadian growth platform. We've now drilled 8 wells on a gross basis, 4 net wells using open hole multilateral drilling technology. All those wells are on production now. So our Canadian production is actually ramping up to kick off 2026 as well. So we've now earned an interest in 75 sections of highly prospective land. We've got a pretty deep inventory of locations. We see over 100 tier 1 drilling locations there. So we think we're well positioned for growth on that asset as well.
Corey, with the amount of growth that you're seeing in Brazil and obviously growth here in Canada as well, part of the philosophy that we've talked about in the past that you really live by is to sort of reinvest back into what you're doing. Can you sort of talk about that part of it and how that plays into both Brazil and Canada?
Yeah, I think we've always had a very disciplined and unique capital allocation model. We developed this quite a while ago where we basically try to take half of our cash flows and reinvest that in organic growth and take the other half and return that to stakeholders. So in Q4 last year, we did increase our dividend by 20%, including special dividends up to 12 cents US per share. That represents a current yield of over 8%. And then, as I discussed, we've significantly expanded our inventory of growth opportunities, both in Brazil and now in Canada. So although we had a fantastic year in 2025, we're really excited about 2026 and really our longer term growth opportunities.
Wow. Healthy numbers for sure, Corey. Thanks so much. Great to catch up with you. Congratulations on the success. And I know we're going to be talking a lot this year because it sounds like you're going to be a busy one.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, there's Corey Bretan, the CEO of Alvo Petro Energy.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors, or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.